Hello, this is Denise and welcome to part 5 of my Flutter video series. In this video, I'm going to explain about the building of the Flutter app, the slide puzzle that we talked about in the last video. More specifically, just a bit more extra information about it. So, this app is running on the web. And right now you can see a button right here. Now, this button does not exist, more like it is not visible on mobile, like for example Android. I have not tested it on iOS, but this as builds for the web and Android. So what I want this takes use of the K's web package to detect if essentially if it's on web or not, and it's right here, right? And its visible property takes a boolean, so true or false. It is true um if chaos web is true, and this is detecting if the build is running on web or not. And if it's true, it appears the visibility is true, and if it's running on Android, for example, it returns false, so it does not appear. One other thing is the spacing and the size of this grid. So this grid is scrollable, so and sizing will largely vary on the sort of platform that you're releasing it. So to curb that, I'm going to just show this. As you can see just now, it just became smaller, and now it just became larger again. This is again, this is a thing you need to take into account, which I've addressed here in my code using grid align with. That is a sizing of your elements depending on the platform. And here I've just tested if the height is larger than the width or not, but you can also use again K is web to test if it's running on web or not. But the point is that you need to take into account the sizing of your elements depending on what sort of platform and aspect ratio you're dealing with. Now the button uses the HTML open link function I've created here, and it uses the HTML package provided in Dart as a dependency to open another link. Now once you've got everything set up, you've made sure it runs and is tested on several platforms. What you can do is do Flutter build and then your respective platforms. Now you can do Flutter build web and Flutter build Android for Android. You can create an app bundle if you want to release a app to Google Play Store, for example. You need an app bundle if you just want it to be playable to specific system architectures. You can also just use an APK, and all of this is again very well documented on Flutter, just like installing it, releasing the application is also very well documented, and I recommend you go check it out. But yes, that's the end of my series. Thank you for watching. You should go try to make this Flutter slide puzzle, and once you've got the web release, you can post it on GitHub or something. I hope you've enjoyed this series and learned something, and thank you very much for watching.